This is the story of Star Wars. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear R2-D2 beep, like this. Let's begin now.
You are listening to Fantha Tracks.
It's time to spin round the rim. This is Desert Planet Discs. Star Wars music in a single file. Here are your hosts, Carl Bayless and Level Up Leroy.
Following live broadcast is recommended by the Imperial Council in the belief that your commitment to remain upstanding citizens will be reinforced. It is required viewing for all members of the Imperial forces.
Time now for
Desert Planet Discs,
brought to viewers everywhere in the hope that our own lives may be uplifted by the comparison and enriched with the gratitude of relief. This transmission is unrehearsed and unedited, and is hereby begun without further comment as to its lack of moral value.
Greetings, this is Julie Dolan, voice of Princess Leia, and you're listening to Desert Planet Discs. It's your only hope.
Wherever you are, turn around. You gotta take charge and take it now. Yeah, take it now. There are more of us than there are of them. Before they work it out, it's time to bring an end. Yeah, this is the end. I would rather die than give them what they want. I would rather die than give them what they want. One way out, and it's time to go home. One way out, you will never be alone. One way out, this could be the last chance. One way out, one way out, one way out. Well, nobody knows that we are here. If somebody falls, you gotta get them clear. Yeah, get them clear. You know, to reach the shore, there's only one way. You gotta take the leap. You gotta keep the faith. Yeah, keep the faith. We would rather die than give them what they want. We would rather die than give them what they want. One way out, and it's time to go home. One way out, you will never be alone. One way out, this could be the last chance. One way out, one way out, one way out. Maybe the rest will hear how to stand up to fear, like the light stands against the dark. Become the guiding voice. We have to make the choice. We have to make the choice. Nobody ought to make. Nobody ought to take. We are the ones to take. One way out. I would rather die than give them what they want. I would rather die than give them what they want. One way out, and it's time to go home. One way out, you will never be alone. One way out, this could be the last chance. One way out, 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 one way out.
Hello and welcome to track 37 of Desert Planet Discs. Yes, somewhat later than planned. I think it's fair to say. Thanks to the increasing pressures on the diaries of both myself and my wonderful co-host, Mr. Leroy. Level Up. How's it going?
It's going well, thanks, pal. It's going well.
Leveling up. Leveling
up, but just not leveling up on time. That's the problem with all of this. But yes, we are the naughty children at Fan for Tracks, I believe. So can't stick to schedules and
no. So yes,
someone's got to be a rule breaker, though.
That's it. That's what they're there for. That's what they're
might
there
as well be us.
Yeah. So out the gate for this episode, we had the Automaton Star Wars theme by NelsonTYC.com on YouTube. If you search Automaton, which is OTAMATONE, there's a whole channel of these things, and it's a Japanese instrument that basically looks like a musical note. The ball of the note is basically like a smiley face rubber ball Pac-Man sort of thing.
You have to sort of cup the ball to play it?
Yes. Yeah, who knows what goes on in Japan stays in Japan, or
correct,
something like that. The Star Wars theme there, or several of the themes, played on one of these instruments, and our good friend Mr. Martin Keeler came back from Japan with said instrument. So
I was with him just after he bought it, and the excitement on that man's face was only palpable to probably his children being born, I'm guessing. It's
I have also seen a photo of Martin from Celebration, more of which later, where he actually met somebody cosplaying as Zuvio, and I think that's probably the second biggest smile he's ever had. Like, somebody cosplaying as Zuvio.
An actual Zuvio.
Yeah. So there we go. And following up that was our old chums and your co-gig chums, Blues Harvest, with an original song, which I believe may well be a first for them. Sort of an original song, not a parody or a cover version with Star Warsy lyrics.
Yes, great.
And that was released to coincide with the recent Disney Plus series Andor, and that's called One Way Out. So go and check that out on stream, all the streaming services. And
you can support the guys. I've got one. You can buy the T-shirt.
You can buy the T-shirt. Oh, yes. Yes, I have seen that.
I have it.
You've got one. I got one of the Pit Droid T-shirts earlier in the year.
Nice,
from Mr. Lith, and a copy of the last CD release they did, which I think was like the two singles combined.
Yes, I believe it was
Mandalorian and was it Ogie's musical band?
It was, yes, I believe so. I'm waiting for the vinyl. That's what I'm waiting for.
Waiting for the vinyl.
The Blues Harvest vinyl. Come on, guys.
Yes, definitely.
Make it happen.
Definitely. So that gives you a little bit of a flavour of what we're going to be talking about for the rest of the show. So we've had Star Wars Celebration, we've had May the 4th, we've had Andor, loads and loads and loads of other stuff. So without any further waffle, we'll get straight on into talking about Star Wars Celebration. Now, I didn't go. Somebody on this podcast did go, and not only did they go to Celebration, they were somewhat involved.
Part of it, yes. One of the Galaxy Stage hosts.
There we go. Yes. So, reprising your role from Europe
and London.
So tell us all about it. How was it? Obviously, a foreign environment.
You could say that.
Very different environment to London.
You know what? The Japanese people, the culture, everyone there was amazing and so welcoming of us all. And actually, even when I was at sort of kind of trying to navigate around Tokyo and various parts of Japan, even not being near Star Wars, everybody in that country just seems to be lovely. And the food is amazing. And I would recommend any adult to go, if you can, save up the money and go and experience that wonderful culture, the very traditional with the very, very modern. It's nuts and incredible. Yeah, I just had the best time, like just visiting Tokyo. I was kind of based around Tokyo because I didn't want to be too far away from the event, and got to go and do some Pokemon stuff and some Gundam stuff, and visited Disney and went to the palace and did some shrines and kind of did a bit of everything really in the few days that I had prior to the event, and very much want to go back to Japan and visit some more of it, because it was just an incredible experience. So I think that sentiment was echoed through most of the Star Wars fan base that was out there, you know. And it was nuts to me that I can go out there and bump into like our friends from Fan for Tracks, you know, the Dutch garrison are out there. Yeah, exactly. Love those guys. Party animals. They're out there. Guys that I work with, Holland Comic Con and Comic Sans, and you know, people from over in the States, the Virtual Cantina guys, Spencer and his crew, Explore the Force. Those guys all like. It's just insane to me that I can pretty much travel to the other side of the world and still be amongst that Star Wars family. And in the hotel that we stayed in, there was a lot of 501st, there was a lot of costuming groups in there. And every evening down in the sort of kind of foyer, it was taken over and it became a unofficial parties almost, and everyone was in there trading patches, trading swag, talking about the whole kind of like, oh yes, Hayden's coming back for season 2 of Ahsoka, this is awesome, you know, oh we're gonna get Darth Maul animated show. Like everyone was just, all of the news that came out, everybody seemed to be really, really excited for. The Grogu, Mandalorian and Grogu trailer was just insane. And the energy was great. It was definitely a smaller show than a couple of the shows that I've been to in the past, where I've worked Galaxy Stage at Celebration Europe, and then I was kind of on the floor initially in Chicago, kind of one of the foyer DJs. Welcoming people in and talking to them, and those shows were definitely, they felt bigger, and I think that was in terms that they kind of had more traders at them, whereas in Japan they had vendors. So, you know, Roosevelt's were there, Hasbro were there. It seemed like the very big guys with Tamagotchi were there, and they were all there. There were a few other sort of traders and sort of a few independents, but less in the way of kind of shopping in that sense, which makes sense. It's such a westernized, you know, thing, I suppose, taking it over there for that experience. But the Japanese fan base is 100% out there. But that was my sort of what I could kind of see from the shop floor. But again, that did not stop the Star Wars fans spending money and Hot Toys having queues and Hasbro having queues and Tamagotchi having queues, and you know, very, very lucky to be kind of, in a way, you know, people now sort of associate me with Star Wars and things like that through doing Celebration, through doing the podcast and things. So having an all access badge and being able to talk your way into going like, oh Hasbro, I'm really sorry, but you know, I've got to be back on stage in a bit. Can I join the queue now before you know, the day and stuff? And you know, everyone was pretty gracious. There was 2 things that I wanted, and I got those. So it was my Ronin Black Series, which is a thing of beauty, and I got my my Stormtrooper hot toy. So with the
Lotus Blossom
on it, and the jacket and stuff. So that's the exclusive to Celebration. Then they've released the Stormtrooper with the Lotus Blossoms on, but just without the jacket and the Celebration stuff in it. So I managed to get that as a keepsake. So those were the 2 things I wanted, and I managed to get them, and I'm super happy.
And of course, anybody that bumped into you at many of those parties will also have their very own celebration exclusive in the Level Up Leroy patch.
There was the patch, yes.
The patch, patch and stickers, which you were very kind to send me, so thank you very much. And
you're welcome.
Along with some of the bits of swag, so yeah.
Yes,
almost like I was there.
I know. Well, I had to pick up the lo-fi sticker. I was like, I've got to get Carl. Yeah. We've talked about him on the show so much as well. But yes, the patch was really well received.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So if anybody hasn't seen it, head over to Leroy's Instagram.
It's plastered
Facebook.
all over there.
Yeah, you'll see. It's a Japanese spin on the Falcon logo that you've had on T-shirts and badges and stuff previously. So
so it was John at Pop-Up Puppet Cinema.
Yeah,
a good friend of the guys at Blues Harvest and all of that, and get to see him when we're working at a lot of shows. And he did the original design for the Spinelli and Falcon, just in case Disney's listening. And we did a spin on it and used the purple and pink colours for this show and the blue, and then added in the rising sun. But there is a second sun in there, so it's twin suns. So you've got to look in there deep, but it's there.
Yeah, and there was also an exclusive Fantha patch.
Which
badge.
I managed to swag.
Yes. I miraculously got one through the post as well. So whoever from the management that sent me that through, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. So I have my own little Celebration Japan keepsakes.
You were there in spirit with us.
I was there in spirit. I was there in spirit and trying to watch some of the live streams when they weren't at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah,
and just think how much happier your wallet is for it as well.
Definitely.
Because this was a trip that did break the bank for me.
Yes.
But it was brilliant. And my big moment, my takeaway moment, which was, I should have had it 2 years ago at Celebration Europe. So I was on the Star Wars channel for the closing ceremony, getting to talk about the experiences that we had on the stage. So I'm actually officially on StarWars.com talking now, which is where the clackers. So the last couple of years ago, when we did the European one, I managed to get tonsillitis and lost my voice right at the end and sounded awful. So there was no way that I could actually speak clearly without sounding kind of like Phil Mitchell, probably, which is probably not a good look for me. So yes, and then that's on my social media. So if anyone cares to take a look, they can head over to Level Up Leroy. It's all out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very proud of that moment.
Yeah, I had a watch and I think after Celebration Europe, Galaxy stage is really where it's at.
I mean, and I have to give big shout out to my my co-pilot on there, Katie Queen. She was amazing. We've worked a couple of times before, but not in that capacity. And we had such a good time on there. It was a really good vibe. Everyone seemed to really enjoy it. They've all got different vibes to it. So me and Katie Queen, we just had the best time, and she was awesome. It was great working with her. It's the first time we've worked together properly. We've done a few events sporadically and had a little bit of time with each other, but that was full weekend, and couldn't have asked for a better co-pilot to come along with me. I don't know who's the Chewie to hand, but we'll work it out.
Yeah. R2 and 3PO is probably a better, less contentious.
Yeah.
So, as I say, following a lot of the news, as you touched on there, we got teasers for the Mando and Grogu film.
Yeah.
Including the first images of Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, and she was there.
And she was there, yes.
Yeah.
So we also got the announcements about the Darth Maul animated show, which, again, I know we say this about most things, but I'm quite excited for that.
Oh, that's good. I think that's going to be awesome. We had Sam Witwick on the stage, and he was just absolutely buzzing, and he was awesome. So it's going to be great.
And of course, all the usual toy and merch announcements and publishing panels and various books that are coming out as well. So obviously head over to panthertracks.com to catch up on any of the news you might have missed from Celebration.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other things I did pick up, and it's music related, I did get the coloured vinyl from New Hope, which was awesome with the nice Japanese Obi strip on it, and I managed to get a Star Wars Celebration slip mat as well.
Oh, so, very nice.
Yes,
nice.
Haven't cracked it open yet, but they're going for about 160 odd quid on eBay now. But it's staying with me because, again, that's just a little bit of my history, really. Getting to do that. So
obviously, as we'll pick up in a bit, May the 4th stuff. But I know Disney put out the Star Wars Lo-Fi.
Yes.
As we touched on earlier, they put out, in fact, I don't know if it's actually out yet, but it was certainly up for pre-order.
It's out. It's 2 days' time. It's the 27th. I've got mine on pre-order, and it's volumes 1 and 3 together. Yeah. Or the best of, so to speak. So
on a big, nice splattered coloured vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting that in just a couple of days' time, actually. Or by the time this podcast has come out.
Yes, a couple of days ago. Yes.
Working on the Desert Planet disc speed that we work at.
It's a nice crew.
Last year it was released.
Merry Christmas. So, obviously, one of the other things that's happened over the recent weeks and months was Andor Season 2. And before we delve into mine and Leroy's thoughts about that, we'll pick up on one of the pieces of music that was featured in Series 2 of Andor, which is the Niamos Season 2 Club Mix by Jeremy Brauns.
We're going to play that track. And that was the incredible Niamos S2 Club mix from Jeremy Brauns. Just doing the rounds, that's like an amazing banger, and went straight into the Level Up Leroy sets as soon as we got that. So.
Obviously, yeah.
It was always going to happen.
I presume you've had your fair share of Mon Mothmas since the events, giving it the old wedding.
I mean,
dancing.
People can't see this right now, but me and Carl both got our hands in the air doing that dance as well.
Yeah, if Genevieve's ever not available, we've got two very able replacements to do the old Mon Mothma.
I don't know, one able replacement. I'm not quite sure I'm there, really. I haven't got that much energy.
No. Yes, so Andor Season 2. Or Rogue One prequel.
Yes.
Or Episode 2 of the Stardust trilogy, as I've also heard it referred to.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it was a bit good, wasn't it?
I liked it.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the next.
Yeah. But you're kind of right there, really. Like, it just really good Star Wars.
Yeah.
And, more of that, please. Us Star Wars fans were quite a fickle bunch at times. But I didn't hear, I didn't hear a lot of issues.
Negative grumblings, no.
No. Some of the pacing at times could be a bit slow, but if that's the biggest takeaway from it, then, it's a lot of setup, isn't it, as well? So
yeah, and I think that's a lot of, again, we've touched on this with some of the previous things, a bit like Obi-Wan and things like that, because it's been, not that this was potentially ever going to be a film, but because it's trying to fill, in this case, 12 TV episodes of 40 plus minutes, there is a lot of setup, backstory that they're trying to fill out. But yeah, it was really, I think everybody said unanimously, very well written.
Yes.
Very well executed, both from the acting performances and the technical side, the actual filming and directing were just really, really top notch. Music again, absolutely brilliant, and just added so much to the story and how it all developed.
And I like the fact that, because they talked about it, the Niamos track, it features throughout the show, and the idea was that this song is kind of a hit song in that part of the galaxy, and I really liked that. It had these different versions and different pacings of it and things like that, and it became a thing. It's a song in the galaxy, which I really liked.
That's it, yeah.
How did you feel about television in the Star Wars? Because news reporting, that to me was slightly, I wouldn't say jarring, but I was like, oh, so they're watching TV now.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of had bits of that in the past with like the Holonet type reports, and I think for me, again, it didn't register as being like, oh my god, this is really weird, because they're doing like normal stuff, and it's supposed to be Star Wars, and they don't watch telly. It's just, again, this was like a slightly different facet, or slightly different side to the galaxy than we'd seen previously. I mean, Skeleton Crew.
We've got a little bit of home life in Skeleton Crew, didn't we?
You've got like suburbia.
Yeah.
With a nice little houses and streets and all that sort of thing. So I think generally we're starting to see it isn't all cantinas and space docks and Tatooine. There are, as there are on Earth, there are different bits, gold bits. There's very hot bits, and there's developed bits, and there's not so developed bits, and so I think it's interesting to see those sort of things. Yeah, it's, as I say, it's not something that all of a sudden I went, oh my god, they're watching TV again. It was sort of part of the story, and how it developed. For me, the biggest issue I had with it was just the sheer volume that they were dropping every week, and being able to actually get round to watch that before the internet decided that it was fair game to chuck all the key plot points out. But again, I've always been one of these people that I don't go out my way to avoid spoilers. If I see something or hear, even if it's rumoured or confirmed because people have watched it, it doesn't necessarily bother me, because I'll still watch it to get the context of, oh, this happened, okay, but typically if somebody's putting out there, oh, Cassian steals a prototype TIE fighter, you're like, okay, so I know that's going to happen, but you kind of already had guessed that was kind of happening from the trailer. Yeah. But it's the setup.
But how, when, why?
Yeah, and again, the shots, the filming, the effects shots and everything else were just so well executed that the fact that you knew that this plot point was happening still didn't take away from the fact that watching it develop, yes, you don't get the shock factor in some of the other things, and although we're a few weeks out from it having finished, there might still be people out there that haven't seen some of the things. I'm not going to go completely spoilery, but those kind of things for me don't detract. We've had a similar thing with the second season of Doctor Who, or the 15th season, or if you're really, really old, God knows, probably about the 75th season or something. Where there were plot leaks and things like that happening all the time during this recent season. And it's like, I can read stuff like that. It doesn't detract for me from watching an episode, because the episode develops. There's other stuff around the story other than the sort of the clickbait headlines of, oh, this happened or that happened.
Yeah.
I think probably the other frustration is the fact that there seemed to be a large swathe of people that they're going, well, no Bothans died, so why is Mon Mothma saying that many Bothans died to sort out the Death Star place? You go, it's a Death Star too! Pay attention.
I know.
So, other than the fact that it's giving you, obviously, a new dance floor filler for the Level Up Leroy set, what were your highlights, thoughts on it?
I mean, to pretty much echo exactly what you said there. That, those scenes right at the end where they're coming in and they oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the planet now, but they're all revolting against the Empire as such.
Yeah,
all of that stuff, and the carnage that ensues there, and the droids just killing people and things like that was just awesome scenes. But it was just like great Star Wars. And not just to echo what you said, the only thing I really found issue with was trying to keep up with having 3 episodes released on a Wednesday, because that's like a whole movie, and trying to be on top of it before it's spoiled. So I don't know, like, is the best way to have these things episodic, or this kind of Disney seems to be doing this 3 episode drop thing, or do you go down the Netflix and give everything in one go? But it's so busy. It's just just hard to keep on top.
Yeah.
It's a commitment. Star Wars is a commitment.
That's it. But as I say, I get why they did it like that, because obviously each of those 3 episode blocks was a period in time, so you got the time jumps. Whether that might have got more confusing if you'd have had episodes 1, 2 and 3 like 3 weeks apart, and then you go, oh, and now we're jumping forward a year, and then you go, well, where were we in episodes 2 and 3? At least, when you go in, you start off 4 years before the Battle of the Yavin, or 5 years before the Battle of the Yavin, and that's that block of story. Then you move to the next block, which is like 3 years before, and then the next block that's 2 years before. You've kind of got that space, and collecting those together as a block removes some of that potential confusion. Because again, I do get that. I think, as we touched on with the in the last episode, because the trailer had just about dropped, and they'd started doing all that, sort of Emmy nominated writing, blah blah blah, a very un-Star Warsy trailer. And maybe the release schedule was more around, or more geared towards, not the typical Star Wars fan, because they were trying to hook in people who have got Disney Plus but maybe aren't steeped in 30, 40, nearly 50 years of liking this stuff. And
when people are saying Rogue One and Andor are just brilliant Star Wars, that's sort of an easy watch, and then could lead someone straight into A New Hope, and they go, oh, this is great, let me watch all the rest. And you could be right there.
Right? So maybe it is geared more towards that modern viewing audience whose viewing habits are different to us old gits. Although you're still a whippersnapper.
I look like I am. I'm probably not. Well, we'll leave that there. But I did actually get to meet Kyle Soller, who plays Cyril.
Cool.
Met him at Comic-Con Holland. Another reason why we didn't get a show out. Sorry, guys. Really nice guy. And once again, the Dutch garrison, they came and made him an honorary member there and then. So he was super stoked.
Yeah, and also responsible for one of the most hilarious ad-libs in Star Wars, where Dedra's sort of reading his Mom the Riot Act and basically saying, if you cause us any stress in our relationship, I'll stop him from coming to see you. So you keep out of our way, and I'll make sure he comes to visit, and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like walking through the bed, and he just like lies on the bed. And apparently that wasn't scripted. Apparently he just like I just like, that's just hilarious. It's obviously more hilarious knowing that it wasn't scripted.
Yes, it's a perfect moment, isn't it, really?
Yeah, because it's just like that, oh my God, they're just going on in there, and I really can't face go back in there.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. So, yes. Yeah, and I believe, I don't know if Kyle is, but certainly there's quite a heavy contingent from Andor going to be at the Star Fury event in Birmingham in I think it's in a few weeks' time. Yeah, rubbish research again.
Yeah. But by the time this comes out, it would have been, happened.
Yeah. So, I think we've got a contingent of Fanthers going down there. But yeah, there's I think Diego is actually one of the more recently announced very special guests. But you got Denise Goff, certainly. I think Elizabeth Dulau, if that's how you pronounce it. I do apologise if it isn't.
It is now.
It is now for me anyway. Yeah. Who, again, you sort of read all the press afterwards, and you go, oh yeah, Andor's one of her first major acting roles. And you go, really? It's like, absolutely stunning performance, especially in season 2. The way the character has sort of built and become sort of more integral to the plot. Certainly in the second series. I mean, she was great in series 1, but series 2, as we said earlier, there's some amazing performances from all of the cast. But for that to be, sort of one of her first major roles, it's really bodes well for her future.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
I think we'll have a little bit more music.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. And picking up from what you were saying earlier about Han Solo and Chewie, we've actually got Han Solo and the Princess.
Maybe I should have gone with that.
Maybe you should have gone with that, yeah. Who knew? Oh, there you go. So,
sorry, KD Queen.
yeah. You can now be the princess. Or maybe Leroy wants to be the princess.
I never for her to be Han. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously, it's the headphones that make it look like the head.
My buns.
But there you go. So yeah, we've played several tracks from the next artist before, and it is Mark Rolfe, who it was actually a couple of weeks before May the 4th, released the second volume of his ambient Star Wars project. So let's hear Han Solo and the Princess by Mark Rolfe. So that was Mark Rolfe with Han Solo and the Princess from Ambient Star Wars Volume 2, which is available now via Bandcamp. both in download form and there were CDs as well. Certainly initially, I don't know if that was a limited run, but and he was also playing tracks from both Volume 1 and Volume 2 at the Last Echo Base Live, which and also at Star Wars Fan Fun Day in Blackburn. I nearly said Burnley. I nearly said Burnley again. I have to get into my head that it's now Blackburn. Yeah, on the subject of both of those shows, congratulations to both of them for their events in sort of April and May. Raised huge amounts of money again for charitable causes, which is always good. And keep your eyes out for announcements about the next editions of both shows. I know certainly Echo Live have announced their next show is October the 11th. Again, back in Redditch at the Kingfisher Shopping Centre, and the early bird passes, which are always popular and get you in that little bit earlier to start snooping round and trying to snag all the bargains before
get the deals.
Before the general public get in. Those are already on sale now via Facebook, so go and check them out at Echo Base Live on Facebook, and of course Star Wars Fan Fun Day. Don't know if they've announced dates for next year yet. It's probably a little bit early, but I would bank on it being somewhere around the May the 4th, early May weekends. Mainly because that's when the football season ends, and obviously more and more football clubs are now looking to increase their non-footballing revenue to help pay for the footballing side. So all the commercial revenue they get from events like Star Wars Fan Fun Day and Beyonce concerts, if you're Tottenham, all of that sort of stuff goes into the commercial revenue pot. So both brilliant shows, and glad to see them going from strength to strength every year. So support them and check them out. But yes, of course, as we said, Fan Fun Day this year was May the 4th weekend.
Sure was.
and that's notable in the Star Wars calendar for some reason. Marketing idea that somebody came up with of May the 4th be with you. But yes, there was a few events like that up and down the country. There was also the re-release of Revenge of the Sith to the cinemas. And again, one of us went to see it.
I'm a very lucky boy. I keep getting invited.
You are a lucky
things.
boy. You are a lucky boy. I had to dress up and put your best dicky bow on and dinner jacket.
Well, I put my best Bullairs Darth Vader leather jacket on.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
and let me guess, probably a Roosevelt shirt as well.
And a Roosevelt shirt. Yes. Yeah. Thanks to the guys at Bullairs and Roosevelt's looking after me there. They were awesome. But yeah, I got to see it at the Phoenix Cinema in London, which is London's oldest consecutively running independent cinema.
Oh, very nice.
And it was a lovely experience. There's some pictures on my Instagram again. It's just this really old cinema that feels like you're in a theatre. Yeah. And they've just recently sort of had a bit of a refurb and done it up, and it feels very true to what it is, and the seats aren't these like, you go to the Odeons and they're like
super recliners that you can actually fall asleep in.
It's they're sort of really comfy chairs, and done a really great job. And just got to shout out to our fellow podcasters explore the Force as well. Thank you for that, guys. Really appreciate you inviting me down for that. It was a great experience, and one I got to take my son to see. So
cool.
Yeah, so he got to come and see that with me. And
am I right in saying there was like a little Hayden Christensen segment beforehand, or was that just?
We didn't get that.
Maybe that was just. I saw something online that there was like a little intro by Hayden, but that might have been at a particular cinema and he actually turned up rather than a filmed piece.
Yeah, no, he turned up with
apologies
Samuel,
there for ruining. Oh no, I missed Hayden. No.
Right, I take my thanks back to Explore the Force. So can you be bothered to make sure that Hayden turned up for me? I wore the jacket and everything.
Typical. But yes, as is always the way, or this is the way. There was lots and lots and lots of lovely Star Wars merch released around that time as well. Some very cool stuff from Disney Store, the official stuff. There was a particularly nice that didn't hang around for very long Princess Leia and R2 figure set, sort of from Hoth, but not sure on the scale, but they looked kind of like those, not the Barbies, but what was the animated series?
Like the Bratz dolls? Sort of big-headed, sort of kind of thing.
Not even that style. I'm trying to think now. There was an animated series a couple of years ago that was mainly centered around the female characters, and they've got like a Jyn Erso doll, Ahsoka. Yes, those, and it was more in that style.
Yes, I know exactly.
Slightly bigger feature eyes, but yeah, that didn't hang around a lot, despite I think it was about 140 quid.
Forces of Destiny.
Forces of Destiny, yes. All the people that have been screaming at their podcasting devices. Yes, Forces of Destiny, yes. Not exactly that style, because again, there were a couple of variations of Princess Leia in that range as well. But that looked really nice, and some May the 4th badges, and as they seem to do now, sort of tailored with different bits of artwork every year. So that was all very nice. Roosevelt's obviously had a swathe of shirts that were released around that time as well.
Just can't keep up with all of the shirts and everything. They're just on fire.
Although, to be fair, they have calmed down a little bit on the Star Wars front.
Yeah.
According to my bank manager, anyway.
Yes.
Because although I am slightly gutted that I missed out on the Aliens Roper, which looked absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that was lovely, wasn't it?
That's very nice. I think we spoke about that one last time, and it's still not back in stock yet. Ooh,
no.
But there we go. So,
and I was lucky enough. I sort of saw the guys in May at MCM.
Yeah.
So they came down to the UK and they had one of the exclusive shirts which they gave me. But it was a sort of like Boba Fett, and it was kind of concept art.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. Yes.
Yeah. That was really, really, really nice. Kind of had that. There was the droids one that they did a little while back.
Yes.
We talked about it a few episodes ago. I can't remember the name of it now, but very much along that kind of that vein. So yeah, lovely.
Yeah, it was all the original concept sketches, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a really cool show.
Yeah.
So they did a Boba Fett one for MCM, which was an exclusive.
And there was another. I think there was a Revenge of the Sith Mustafar lightsaber dual shirt as well.
Yes, there was. Yeah,
which looked very, very nice.
They just keep smashing it out of the park, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, unfortunately for my bank balance, yes.
Yeah.
But there we go. And following on from May the 4th, there's been more Star Warsy goodness for certainly the older Star Wars fans, shall we say.
It has, and I think
certainly the over 18 Star Wars fans, I think, is where we should pitch this one. So yes, if there are any little ones about, cover their ears, let them watch Bluey for 5 minutes.
Don't watch Blue. Oh my gosh. No. Blue Star Wars.
Bluey. It's okay. It's a cartoon dog, I'm meant to believe.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So, the much lauded, I think it originated in Australia?
It did, yes, yeah.
Yeah, the burlesque show that is The Empire Strips Back.
You've been struggling because I'm wearing my Empire Strips Back t-shirt today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, any conversation with Leroy is enough to get people hot and bothered. But while he's wearing an Empire Strips Back t-shirt, it's a good job I've got aircon in the Desert Planet Discs studio here because it's it'll be warm. But so obviously, as you said, you have the t-shirt, so I'm presuming that's a been there, got the t-shirt.
Been there, got the t-shirt. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. I was very kindly invited once again to come and watch the show. So, and who am I to say no to Star Wars striptease burlesque acts?
That's it. Obviously, you were there as purely research for the show.
Yes.
Yeah. And So yes, I know several people that have been and said it isn't seedy. It is funny, very well done.
Yes.
And is tasteful.
Yeah.
But burlesque isn't your regular sort of strip joint sort of stuff. It is a dance and artful.
It's about the tease of the art form and the tease of what you basically don't see, so it's all very classy. And some incredibly talented dancers, and it was brilliant. There was so much love given to this the original trilogy, what they've done, and some tongue-in-cheek gags and some insider gags. And I don't want to spoil it because I think it's only got a few more weeks, I think, running in the UK, but it will come back, and I would urge older Star Wars fans to go. It's a very funny show, but it's done with love for Star Wars, and you can clearly see that the people that put the show together are fans of Star Wars. I'll say about the first dance, and then because they're playing contemporary music, so I won't spoil any more of it. Just that if you have seen it, my favourite dance was the Emperor. And then that's all I'm going to say.
It's funny you should say that, because that's independently of you saying that, and we haven't spoken about this previously.
No.
that's what some other friends of mine that have been to see it have raved about the Emperor.
It was brilliant. That and Jabba.
Okay.
For me, but to put the rest of the show into play, like the first act was Luke Skywalker cleaning a land speeder, and it's a dance to Nicki Minaj, Starships. So
nice. Okay.
It's new modern contemporary music with these kind of little ticks into Star Wars, and it was brilliant and very cleverly done. The compare in between the dances, the comedian host was brilliant. He dressed up as Lando, was super, super funny and really engaging with the audience.
What have we here?
What do we have? I mean, there was so many in-jokes. It was great. And I was really, might mention I'm getting married in literally a couple of weeks' time, and this came up, and it was like, I said to my partner, can we see this? Have we got time? We looked at the diary, and there was kind of no real time.
Yeah.
Every day was booked out, either working, doing stuff, or being at events. And there was one Sunday, and we were like, no, let's just have that as a rest day. And then I got the invite. Okay, so tickets came through. Like, would you like to come and see it? And I was like, yes. Can I come on this day? They were like, yes. So that filled our day. So I took my partner, and we both went and watched it, and she loved it. And you know, she's only seen like a couple of Star Wars things, but comes to Celebration, and I know it's a wasted ticket, but yeah, like from a non-Star Wars perspective, she thought it was great, and kind of, you know, she knows those key characters. From a Star Wars insider and a full-on, you know, I consider myself a fan. I thought it was brilliant. And I highly recommend it to anyone. And grab yourself a T-shirt as well, because you can have a sexy stormtrooper on your T-shirt with the Empire strips back on. And
there we go. There we go.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool. And also out on May the 4th was the new album. I think we teased this on the last episode from... At that point, new discovery to us, a band from America called The Threepios. And the old May the 4th merch machine rolls again. So they released their latest album, which is called Three Imaginary Droids. Now, the previous two albums, they'd done a parody album and then an original songs about Star Wars album. This is back to the cover version parody format. For these, so there's 12 songs covering lots of different bands, all given a little bit of a Star Warsy twist. And as we touched on earlier, one of my big irks from Andor was the amount of people saying that they didn't get where many Bothans died. So what better way to close out the music for the show this time out than with a song called Many Bothans Died? And this is the Threepios with their version of Talking Heads' Psycho Killer, Many Bothans Died.
To face up to the fact the work's cut out for our rebel band. We can't stand down, it's our most desperate hour. You get those fighters, we'll get the tower. Psycho Sith Lord Palpatine, he's the big cheese, he's the leader, the emperor. Can't let him run the galaxy. Psycho Sith Lord oversees the second Death Star. Bring down the shield attack before it's complete. Many Bothans died. Started a meeting, Admiral Akbar will finish it. There's some dissension in the ranks, but we're pushing it. Mon Mothma knows 24 spies lost their lives. Destroyed something once, now do it again. Psycho Sith Lord Palpatine, he's the big cheese, he's the leader, the emperor. Can't let him run the galaxy. Psycho Sith Lord overseas the second Death Star. Bring down the shield attack before it's complete. Many Bothans died. We shot, hit, blew up, crushed, and burned. Now somehow the Death Star returned. Moreover, the Emperor himself is there. Let's mobilize the entire fleet. emperor can let him run the galaxy. Psycho Sith Lord oversees the second Death Star. Bring down the shield attack before it's complete. Many Mothmas died.
Was the Threepios there from their new album, or recent album, Three Imaginary Droids, and their version of Talking Head's Psycho Killer called Many Mothmas Died. Head over to Bandcamp and follow the band on all the social media sites, Facebook and Instagram. And obviously, as we always say, please try and check them out if they're playing locally. I know they have had various shows stateside, so hopefully one day they will cross the pond and we'll get a chance to see them in the UK as well. But until then, content yourself with getting a copy of all three of the albums, but certainly check that one out. Great stuff, and it's nice to have artists still putting out new Star Wars music, and long may it continue.
I do have an issue with it though. Yeah, you look very surprised.
Go on then.
And it's not their fault, I'm sure, because they're indie guys trying to do their thing.
Yeah.
That vinyl is $50, and then with shipping to the UK, I put it in the basket, and oh man, that killed me. I was like, I just can't do that just yet. So $50. So I just had to settle with the digital download.
No, sorry guys, but yes. Unfortunately, that is one of the big killers at the moment. A couple of the bands I'm in have been looking at vinyl, and production costs are, especially on smaller run stuff, production costs are going through the roof.
Yeah.
So and the lead time on them as well is quite high, because all the pressing plants are now getting stacked out with the major label stuff and reissues and stuff like that. So
just a massive resurgence, isn't it?
Yeah. So there we go. So do check them out, and say fingers crossed they'll come over to the UK. They'll bring some LPs with them, and kill Leroy's pre-wedding, post-wedding bank balance.
Yeah. There isn't much of a bank balance at the moment, but it's
no. So, I presume you're not DJing for yourself.
There's been requests.
There's been
and there's been requests from my partner as well. She's sort of gone, you can, but you don't have to. A few people have gone, you're going to do something, aren't you?
You're going to do something, aren't you? Yeah.
So I'll probably make an appearance. I mean, I've got Blues Harvest. So,
very cool.
And they don't do weddings, but it's not what you know sometimes, Carl. It's who you know.
Indeed. Well, on behalf of all of our listeners and everybody at Fantha Tracks, wish you all the best for the upcoming big day.
Thanks, buddy.
And we'll hopefully see you on the other side.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So, other than the wedding, have you got any other big Star Warsy or events, Comic Cons coming up that if people are out and about, they can come and heckle you at?
I mean,
obviously
yeah,
we don't want them heckling you at the wedding. That would just be horrible.
Well, I'm as of next week, I'm back in Ghent at Comic Sans, which is a bar.
Yeah.
They have me quite regularly over there now, so can't wait to go there because also we're doing a Comic Con after party for Ghent Comic Con's StarCon, I think was the name.
Yeah.
So we're doing the after party for that, but they're also having a Cherry Lechouf. Are sponsoring the night, which is my favourite and most deadly tipple ever. So I'm really going to have to pace myself because it's a week before the wedding. I'm coming into July. I'm at Fab Cafe in Manchester. The last time I was supposed to be there was May the 4th last year, where I ended up in hospital. I was in A&E and I couldn't make it, so I'm there for a Comic Con after party. I think there's two Comic Cons that day in Manchester. I'm there for the unofficial but best after party, so come to Fab Cafe. Oh my gosh, week after that I'm at Rapture in Colchester, which is a gaming festival. The week after that I'm back in Belgium for Elftopia. Got a couple of other things not allowed to say.
we weren't exaggerating, folks. This is literally the one day in both of our diaries where we went, we can probably sneak some recording in there.
Yeah. It's like, I shouldn't be recording. I should be doing other stuff, but we can get it. Well, let's get it in.
There we go.
We don't get told off by the Fanpatrack elders.
Yes, indeed. So on that note...
Yes.
Brings us to the end of another show. Thank you very much, and as I say, all the best for the upcoming nuptials.
Thanks, buddy.
May the force be with you.
Always. See you later, gang. Bye.
Laters. Bye. Thank you for listening to Fantatrax Radio and this episode of Desert Planet Discs. For all your Star Wars news, reviews, and everything else, head over to fantatrax.com, or why not like, follow, or subscribe to our social media pages, which can be found by searching Fantatrax on your favourite channels. Get in touch with us by emailing radio@fantatrax.com and putting Desert Planet Discs in the subject line. It helps the pit droid sort out where it needs to be sent. Of course, we'd be honoured if you subscribe to the podcast channel and leave us a review, preferably a 5-star one, via Apple Music, Amazon, Audible, SoundCloud, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribing is the best way to make sure you never miss an episode of Desert Planet Discs, Making Tracks, Planet Layer, Start Your Engines, Collecting Tracks, Fanta from Down Under, and Cannon Fodder. Weekly Making Tracks shows drop every Tuesday at 7 PM UK time, and other shows drop on a rotation every Friday at the same time, 7 PM. If you'd like to see what we look like, then don't miss Good Morning Tatooine on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch every Sunday at 9 PM UK time, 4 PM Eastern and 1 PM Pacific. Huge thanks to James Semple for the Fantha Fair intro, and Mark Daniels and Vanessa Marshall for our voiceovers. And remember, Fantatrax Radio and TV is totally free, no subscriptions, Patreon and the like, so what's stopping you?
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. That's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
Come back soon, I'll be waiting.